African soul. Now they are taking away African soldier. African soldier. Jomo Kenyatta, African soldier. Patrice Lumumba, African soldier. Marcus Garvey, African soldier. African soldier, show your power. Your people. Now, from economic hazard, let your people. From political nonsense, let your people. From economic rubbish, let your people. From political yabis, system Africa. From economic jargon, African soldiers. I love you. We're still calling African soldiers. African soldiers to fight for freedom. But only African soldiers. I'm about to bend down African soldiers. I'm African soldiers. Justice Biko, African soldiers. Augustine Later, African soldiers. Second African soldiers. Julius Nyerere, African soldier. African soldier. I love you.
Good morning to all of our beloved and most cherished Liberians. Good morning to those of you who have converged this morning to listen to some of the things that we have on our plate to discuss. Good morning to those of you making your way to town. Good morning to those of you on your way to your job places. Good morning to those of you making your way to the markets. Good morning to those of you who are in the traffic, those of you on the commercial or private vehicles. I would like to say a pleasant good morning and welcome. Welcome to Good Morning Liberia. This is where we converge each and every morning to talk about issues. And of course, these are issues that matters to Liberians. So we want to say a pleasant good morning. We are sorry for coming in a little bit late. We had a little internet problem, which of course we have gotten it settled. So we're here this morning again. I would like to say welcome to Liberians. Welcome to those of you who have joined us. Those of you joining from the Facebook Live, I would like to say welcome and also encourage all of you to please share the live video. Invite a friend to watch, invite a friend to listen. I've shared mine already. You can do yours. And also drop as to where you're following the broadcast from this morning. Wherever you are listening from, wherever you are watching from, those of you in the 15 political subdivision, I want to say a pleasant good morning and welcome. Those of you watching us from the diaspora, I would like to say welcome also. Welcome to Good Morning Liberia on Voice of Liberia 104.1. One of Liberia's best, as you say. And so my name is Samira Onelai, and of course I'm Samira Onelai. I'm here with you this morning up to 10 o'clock, at about which time we call it a day. But let me say welcome, and let me also say that you should share the live video in all of the group chats. Do not be mean with information. Let others have access to information.
African soldiers. African soldiers to fuck up Britain. About my calling.
Let the other people have access to information this morning. So I would like to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Too many things happening in and out of Liberia. Too many things happening around the world. But of all of the things happening, I always say that whenever you wake up in the morning, you need to be grateful to God Almighty for yet another day, because the life that we have, it is not our own. We're living a borrowed life. So whenever you wake up, whenever you see the daylight, whenever your eyes are opened, you say, thank you, Almighty God, for yet another day. No matter the circumstances, no matter what I'm going through, whatever problems I'm facing, as much that I'm alive, there is hope. It's one of the things that I always say, you need to be grateful. At times, you just let go of your problems and just tell God, thank you. Just appreciate God for another day. Appreciate Him for life. All the things might not be going well, but at times you need to appreciate the Almighty God for life. And there's too many things happening in and out of Liberia. And we're here to talk about some of these things. We might not talk about all of them, but I can assure you that we will try to lay our hands on majority of the things happening.
African soldiers to fuck up Britain.
And Iran sent a proposal to the U.S., to Donald Trump.
Still fighting.
Majority of you are aware as to what is happening between Iran and also the USA.
King Africa.
And Donald Trump rejected the proposal. And this is what Iran had in that proposal. We will tell you what they have in that proposal.
Samura Machel.
Within Iran proposal, they said that there should be an immediate end to the war, and there should be guarantees that Iran will not be attacked again. And they also proposed to Donald Trump that the U.S. sanctions should be lifted, and also there should be an end to the fighting on all fronts, and that there should be an end of the U.S. naval blockade, and the U.S. sanctions on oil removed within 30 days.
African soldiers.
And also there should be a release of Iran's frozen assets. These are the proposal. These are the things, that Iran had in their proposal. But guess what?
Nelson Mandela, African soldier.
By social media post, you know what the Trump say? Trump said that he have read the response from the so-called Iran's representative, and he said that it is totally unacceptable. That was what Trump said. He said that the proposal is not acceptable. So it continues. But back home, we have a lot of things happening under the Joseph Yuma Boakart's government. A lot is happening, and we're going to talk about some of these things. And before we go to the acknowledgement, let us be able to tell you as to some of the things that will be discussed, running us up to 10 o'clock. The House of Representatives, the 55th legislature speaker, Honorable Richard Nankwekong, he had a dinner, and he said that the dinner is intended, or the dinner, because it's in the past, it was intended for lawmakers to flex their social muscles. Imagine We have the rate of high unemployment. We also have poverty knocking the doors of Liberians. We have jobless youth. Marketeers are crying. You have Fulani people, them, or Fanti men, they're beating or torturing a Liberian man. Above all of these things, Rachel can have a dinner for the representatives, and he said that the dinner is meant for them to flex their social muscles. But we're going to talk about that. It's one of the things that we will go into this morning. And we will also talk about this issue. This issue that has to do with the Samuel Twe case. If you can recall, Samuel Twe was found not guilty. And we will talk about it. We're going to look at it from all aspects. Some Liberian seditions, they are happy. They are happy that Samuel Twe was found not guilty. But the question here is, who benefited from the disappearance of the 6.2 million? As much as seditions are happy, people are saying that, the justice system in our country is okay. But what do we make of the 6.2 million? Who benefited from it? Mind you, this was a very, very much huge corruption case that was on the head of Samuel D. Twe and the likes of others. And Samuel Twe was found not guilty of all charges. I know that seditions are happy, but there's a lot of questions to be asked. And we will also go into this issue just a little bit. This issue which has to do with the death rate of women every year. And there's a report that came out, and it says that approximately 628 to 742 women die every year. And that was the 2026 Liberian maternal mortality data report. Every year, 628, to 742 women. And we have other reports here from past years, which of course we will look at them on the broadcast. So wherever you're watching from, I would like to say welcome. It's going to be a very, very much interesting conversation here. Let us all share the live video, invite a friend to watch, invite a friend to listen, and let us all have a conversation together. My name is Samira Wanla, and of course I am Samira Wanla this morning. And here is the gist for you this morning. Can you imagine the lady who claimed to be Richard Nakwekun's wife, legal wife? She had some things to say about Richard Kun. Well, welcome, and I want to say good morning. Welcome to all of you. Quickly, let us do acknowledgements. Be able to call out some of you following, read out some of the comments. Of course, we might not be able to read out all of the comments, but we will do our best to see as to how, we can be able to do what we can do. This is James Sharif. This person says, good morning. Vinicius Junior Bar writes, he says that he's watching. Flexible General says, good morning. I'm Jay Ansu Coleman from Clay District, Abomey County. Harris J. Saki is watching live from Kakata, Margibi County. And he writes, thanks for the update this morning. My name is Harris J. Saki from Abasa community. Thank you, Harris. Welcome. Iliki Flomo is following us from Banka Bon County. Malu Fofana is watching from Cinco 20th Street. Morris Gray is following the broadcast from his ELWA rehab community. Charles Songale is watching from Vonjama City, Lofa County. And this is Vamoye M. Sirleaf. This person says, good morning, viewer of family, and good morning to the peace, love, and people of Babalu County. I'm following from Brownsville City. Good morning, Samira Wonline. Emmanuel Bro is watching from Minnesota, the USA. Iliq Moba says, good morning, VOL and the peace, love, and people of Zolowo Town, Lofa County. I'm following from Weaver Community District 5, Montserrado. Zumana Bamba says, good morning, Samira. Estelle M. Jipley is watching from Bannersville Junction. Stanley Sharif is following our conversation this morning from Broadville City. He's also speaking to the people of Bohit Town, Pokwa District, Grand Cape Mount County. Minister Prince E. Kamara says, good morning, I'm following from Bandersville Estate. Siliki Tuare is watching. Honorable Papi Success Keita is following from Duport Road. Stanley Sharif says, congratulations to District 12. D12, yeah. Harrison Tompo is watching and he says, good morning. Mohammed Mariam J. Sharif is following from the Mamandi Intellectual Forum in Jacobstown, St. Francis community. And Mohammed says, is coming back 2029. Elijah, this is Emmanuel J. Kuya. He's watching from Grand Jida County. Fumba and Fofana is following from Mandingo Quarter community. That is within the Kakata belt. And Moses Passawi, he says, hi, friends. I love you to listen and drinking alcohol like the way you can talk a little thoughts on porcelain. Like this whole write-up is out, I should say upside down. This whole write-up. Moses Passawi, please, we gotta reconstruct this. What? You have me reading like a kindergarten student just now because I'm not understanding. Hi, friends. You need to look at that, Moses. Please, you need to look at that. You need to look at that. Jala Wilson Jackson is following from Margibi County, and Ruben Kane is watching from Gunnersville. Saturday, Woodware is following from Atlanta, Georgia, the USA. Stanley Sharif is watching. Tony Carr, he writes, good morning. Emmanuel Kabo says, good morning. Motres Musa writes, good morning. Aaron Moba goes on by saying, I'm watching from a lower Margibi County, Charleston, Satenwe. He writes, watching you from UN Drive, Rally Time Market. Jerry Platter says, good morning, Samira and Ben, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Thanks for the job you do for our beloved country, Liberia. History will surely remember you guys. My sister, please, this is my WhatsApp contact. Okay, Jerry Platter. But Jerry, this WhatsApp thing that we've been doing, is it? Okay, I don't know. But George Dolo is watching. He says he's closely following the show. Clarence Coluyan is also watching. Thanks to all of you. A lot of comments coming up. Yeah, we cannot read all of the comments. Radio is time, as I always say. And we need to go into our conversation here this morning because there's just too many things on our plate to talk about. But let us be able to welcome Ben. Good morning to you, Ben. Welcome to the broadcast.
Good morning, teammate Samara, and good morning to the thousands of Liberians that have tuned in to the biggest platform in the country, Voice of Liberia. And it's good to be here on Good Morning Liberia, the country's premier informative platform. I'm grateful to Jehovah God for waking me up this morning and healthy. It's great to be here.
That's great. Welcome, Ben. How was your weekend? How did you spend the weekend? What were some of the things that happened? Probably there are people out there who did not hear you on the show, and they'll be like, "I wonder how did Ben spend his weekend?" You care letting us know?
Yes, I had a very great weekend. It's a great it's a it was a great weekend, wonderful one. The news, and I don't want to go into the news because I know it's one of our major talking point. But that
Mm,
news, the news we got during the course of the week was
mm.
wonderful news, and that news made the weekend even more exciting. But for some of us, it didn't come as a surprise because we knew from the very genesis that that would have been the outcome. And as usual, I went to the gym, train. I train every day, but Saturday is my cardio. I do cardio and calisthenics on Saturday.
Mhm. Okay,
Timmy, I stay close to the airport. I stay very
that
close
I
to the
know. They
airport.
say
Yeah,
they
so
say that the money people they can live near the airport.
so when the
Let's
plane
hear you. Mhm.
when plane I take it off and landing, I get the feedback very sharp. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So it was a very, very great weekend, and one of my favorite part of the week is to work out. So I did work out, and I went to service on Sunday, listened to the Word of God, and after that came home, ate some food that I cooked my very self. I made some stew. I made stew, and I did it with some rice. I had my proteins and all of that. It was a very great weekend. Very great weekend. Fueled me for
And
the
then
week.
the still part is the reason I'm giving you that eye. I'm giving you that bombastic look. You can cook,
Yeah,
man. You
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
cook.
yeah, T-Man. Very, very, very strategic.
I want to
And
taste it once, and when I taste it, I'll tell the people.
of course, definitely. And I'm sure you're gonna give me some good rating when you taste the stew that I make. Yeah. So
Okay,
we're
let's see
grateful.
how.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. As for me, my weekend was good. A lot of things. I have a lot of things going on. Matter of fact, it was a very busy weekend. But in all, we give thanks to God for what He has done and what He continue to do. So on yesterday was the wedding ceremony of one of Seku's sister. Her name is
Okay.
Mariama Sharif. Now she has her husband name now. Yeah, but we attended the ceremony and it was a really nice one. Went to the mugs, from the mugs went to the reception hall. From there had other things to do, and we left from there really late last night. Yeah, but it was great. It was a very great one, and I would like to use this opportunity to say a big congratulations to the family, Mariama Sharif, and also to BB. I always say BB, the husband name, because Boyman Brown. Okay, that's the reason why I call him BB. So it's Mariama Sharif Brown now, and BB, because BB and I we had a couple of times together at the time, yeah, at Voice of Liberia. So I just be like BB, 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 just like that, right? But Buema and Mariama, I would like to say congratulations to you guys. It was a great program yesterday, and marriage is something that all parents would like to see, because if you have your daughter, you will be a proud mother and father. If a man comes up, and a very good man though, not just a man, comes up and say, "I want your daughter hands in marriage." And marriage is a very beautiful thing, a very beautiful union. And yesterday I almost said, but wait, it's like I will soon get married. Where I see the people doing the thing in there, I said, wait. Then I check break again. I said, but I gotta wait small, not because I seen the fun continue. But anyways, yeah. But it was a great program yesterday, a very great one. Ben, there's a lot of things happening in and around the country. A lot is happening. Just this morning, I talked to bring out a little about the USA and also Iran, wherein there were proposal from Iran, and then Trump said that it is not acceptable. It's okay that the Liberian people be able to know, so that it continues. Right, the war between Iran and the USA, it continues. But back to home, a whole lot is on our plate this morning. And one of the things that we will start up the conversation with is this issue that has to do with D2A, as the people can see. Samuel D2A. Who is Samuel D2A? For some of you who are new to politics, there are some people who can listen to radio. Samuel D2A is a member of the CDC first. Samuel Dutour served in the Williams administration as the finance minister. And people, normal citizens, not people, citizens normally say, I don't know, quick deal or waiting. I've been there, know how to call that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. So, but there was a corruption case on the head of Samuel Tue and the legs of others, a 6.2 million corruption case. And it had been a really long one. There have been court proceedings, and everyone have said, let justice be able to take its course. If these people are found guilty, they be able to, account for the Liberian people money, because it is the Liberian people money that we're talking about. But over the weekend, um, the 15-member jury cleared former finance minister Samuel Detour of all criminal charges in the high-profile 6.2 million corruption case. And that is a news that to some people, it is shocking, and others are happy for such news. Like I said, we're going to look at this issue from all aspects. As much as there are seditions, there are Liberians who are happy that, Samuel Tue won the case, won against the government, and blah, 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 and all of that. But there's a question that I asked, and I'll ask this question again. Who benefited from the disappearance of the 6.2 million? Who has said that we can say they benefited? And there's another question. Who really lost? Is it the government, the ruling government, Unity Party? Is it the CDC? Or is it the Liberian people? That's another question there for you. But let's kick up this quickly, starting up with Ben. I know that there will be a lot of perspectives on this issue. Definitely, Ben will give his thought, and I will come in. Ben will come in again, and I will come in before we go to the Liberian people. So we're going to have two segments, right? He talk, I talk, then he talk again, and I talk again. Then we open the lines to Liberians so that Liberians be able to participate and be able to critique the whole process. Ben, let's hear you up.
Yeah, thank you, team Miss Samara. Well, the result from the court acquitting the Honorable Samuel D. Tuer from all corruption charges from the juror did not come as a surprise. We said this from the very beginning. From the genesis of this matter, we told the Liberian people that Honorable Samuel D. Tuer, Liberia's economic expert and the best finance minister in the history of the country, was never at fault and was not guilty. The Unity Party tried to create a narrative. It was all theatrics. And the essence of the theatrics was to create a narrative that the Unity Party will accuse Samuel Tue of corruption and drag him to court with the intent to have him in orange jumpsuit placed in police pickup and dragged to South Beach. That was all theatrical, and that was the theatrics play. Now, what did the United Party intend to do that? By dragging the finance minister from the way of government, humiliate him, violate all of his rights, then it will cause major destruction in the country, and people will be made to believe what the United Party have been accusing the CDC for. Because the Minister of Finance is a very important person in the government. That role is a very significant role. But we knew it was not about fighting corruption. It was about targeting a man who is an asset in the country, a man who worked very hard, a man who plays a major role in the CDC. And in order to make CDC return to the presidency very, tough, the Unity Party, in their mind, that by coming up with bogus charges against 12 allegations of corruption and trying to get their state persecutors to nail D12 would have given Unity Party an advantage. But one thing is that, you cannot spin what is right to be wrong to favor your cause. It's not possible. And so D12 came to the country being a law-abiding citizen. He came to Liberia after he took a trip out on some family issues after the election. D12 came to the country. I'm just trying to list few bases to tell you the length at which United Party went. We're told that Steve Zago, the former LIS boss, Liberia Immigration Service boss, there were huge confusion from folks in the United Party who even incited Joe Boakai against Steve Zago. Why Steve Zago did not ensure that LIS arrest Twe at the airport, the Rabat International Airport. Those are one of the issues that Steve Zago was suspended and did not have the chance of being reinstated. That's one of the reasons. So they took Twe to court. Now, all of the issues here that they tried to drag Twe on, Twe did not deny the issue about the funds. The funds were duly spent on national security operations. That explanation was crystal clearly done. Twain took money and put it in his pocket for he and his family. In fact, nobody in their own correct mind would think that the Minister of Finance, Samuel Twain, would go and take $6 million, put it in his suitcase, drive and carry it to a house in Marshall. It's not possible. But those are some of the wicked lies our friends in the United Party coined and sold out to the Liberian people. Detour got his lawyers, a team of lawyers headed by the legal luminary, Liberia top notch and number one criminal lawyer, Councillor Arthur Johnson. And the case proceeded at the court. Detour from the very beginning had made his side very clear. His lawyer spoke for him. And along the way, aside from the Steve Zagos saga, the Solicitor General, somebody who we, the Liberian people, are paying from the taxes we pay to government, said and lied to the public that the Minister of Finance is not a member of the National Security Council. Guess what? It didn't take too long while D12 case was still at the court. Gafwan appeared before the legislature. And when Gafwan appeared before the legislature, he spoke on the Liberia-Guinea border, Solomon border area there, the Liberia-Guinea border, the conflicted area. Gafwan said, this particular process that have come, this is a national emergency, it requires money. They require money, and so the national security sector of the country, they are requesting money. And I, the Minister of Finance, as you may be aware, members of the legislature, Mr. Speaker, I am a member of the National Security Council. Everybody say, oh, but I thought you know the part of people say finance minister, and I'm part of National Security Council. Or because Tue come from CDC, and it was George we had the president. So Tue was not part of National Security Council. But Gafwan is part of National Security Council. You know, sometimes we have to deal, we have to use reasoning when it comes to national issues and take away our feelings. Whether I Ben like it or not, Gafwan is a member of the National Security Council. He's a minister of finance. He sat there. He sat in high court security meetings. He's part of decisions that are made for the country. Because all of the things that are discussing security in National Security Council meeting, the Minister of Finance will be there. He is going out there to ensure that the monies are appropriated for the rightful security operations. So D2 said it, and it was cleared. People who came from that sector all attested to the national security nature. And so, as we normally say, no matter how long the night is, day is sure to come. And you could see Team Mr. Mera on that fateful, I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday. You could see how the temple of justice, the grounds of the court, was charged, heavily charged with officers of the Liberian National Police. You could see how apologists, surrogates, foot soldiers, and even the senior partisans of the UP, officials of government, people who are quote unquote educated, they were posting left and right. Troy will go to jail. Troy will be guilty. Troy will be dragged. The police people coming, put him in orange jumpsuit. He going to South Beach. Oh, I've said it. When you look at Unity Party officials, their timeline ranging from the senior partisans of UP to the militants, even some of the men and women not even started day. They still going to Mo Ali their office asking for small thing. All of them were on Facebook. Their chat room propaganda were spinning, and they had heavy police presence at the grounds of the court. What the police go there for? To carry Samuel 12 in South Beach. You know, God does not sleep. And so the jury comprising of ordinary Liberians render final verdict and acquitted Honorable Samuel D. Tue of all corruption charges at the Court of Competence Jurisdiction. We want to say congratulations to D. Tue. And again, we want to say to the justice system in the country, does that mean the justice system is strong and healthy now? No. That does not mean the justice system is healthy. That does not mean the justice system is strong. Now, a few questions come to mind, teammate. One of the questions is this. Had Gafwan not been caught in the clear position on camera and saying that he's a member of the National Security Council, had those jurors not been individuals of independent mind, if it had been the other way around, where Twe had been indicted and taken an appeal to the Supreme Court, would the current atmosphere that exists in the country be? It wouldn't have been. But God is wonderful. And our good God has acquitted Samuel D. Twe Jr. So, Mary, allow me to add this human part of it in few minutes before your analysis. They seem Twe.
You have your 2 slots to make your point.
Okay, no problem. Let me hold it
You
back.
you don't have to exhaust everything because there will be another chance given.
Oh,
Right.
no,
So let
okay,
me bring
teammate.
people to go for mine first, then we get
Okay,
back
man.
to you. Because I know you're ready to preach the politics for Samuel Tue. Yeah,
I'm
Ben.
I'm just happy for the news, team. Very happy for the news. Yeah.
Okay. So this is it, right? Fellow Liberians, let us establish this fact. Ben had his own thoughts. We all will not think the same, definitely. But let us start on this point from our end. Now, 3 individuals were being convicted of a corruption case, which of course the government or the prosecution alleged that 6.2 million was stolen. And it's not just about the allegation, but the jurors also confirmed. They confirmed this allegation, and they also agreed that indeed 6.2 million was stolen. Now, there were 3 individuals who were being convicted of this act. And they believed that they are guilty of committing the crime. This is a case that have been going on. Liberians have been watching. As much as I tell Liberians almost every day that within this government, I'm going to say it, like you should expect anything. Nowadays, when there's a news I see up, when people are, oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? I always say that under Joseph Yuma Boaka regime, anything can happen. No, that is my saying. Anything can happen under this regime. But let us be real about this case. I know that there are some seditions who are happy, like my brother Ben here, he's happy. And there are Liberians out there who are not seditions. Probably they are somehow connected to Samuel Twe, or they believe in Samuel Twe. And they think that, okay, we're happy that the person took this side. But is this a win for the fight against corruption? That's a question to you. Money was being stolen. People were being held accountable. That, oh yes, this money has been stolen. It's alleged that you people are the ones. So let us go through the case. Now, is it that we should celebrate this not guilty in the case of Samuel Twe, or case that involves the theft of public funds? Should we celebrate it? Should we? You know, at a point in time, I should say that in Liberia, yeah, we have normalized corruption, right? Let me be real. I'm not saying that I sat and then wanted for Samuel Twe to be found guilty. But as much as I do not have a particular standpoint, but rather look up to the justice system, should we celebrate this case that is involving public funds? Should we be able to celebrate them? At a point in time, it becomes a little uncomfortable to see some Liberians who will go ahead and celebrate some of these things, only because probably you're somehow associated with a particular political party. And this is what we have been doing, that we are still at this stage where we are. Who benefited from the 6.2 million? Is it the Liberian people? I'm asking a lot of questions to you this morning. Probably you Liberians will be the ones to answer. Who benefited? Is it that people should not be accountable for certain things? There should be accountability. Or someone will say, "Oh, there are documents and blah blah blah, and it shows this, and that." But in a very poor country, people are celebrating the misuse. I should not say misuse. Let me say the possible misuse. Let me use that term. They are celebrating it, or they are celebrating the disappearance of public funds. At a point in time, I should say that it is sad for our country. The court verdict may have settled the legal aspect, wherein you say, "Oh yes, Samuel Tuah did not steal the money. Samuel Tuah was found not guilty." That's the legal aspect that the court verdict have settled. But this doesn't erase the court verdict, doesn't erase the fact that there was a disappearance of public funds. No, it doesn't erase that fact. It doesn't. It doesn't erase that fact. And let us be real. It also doesn't erase the fact that there's a deeper public concern about accountability, about transparency, and about governance. Let us be real. We, the ordinary people, also part of this thing here too. At a point in time, we'll tolerate corruption. We will be able to make excuse for people wrongdoing, and we'll say that we genuinely love our country. That is not true. I would say that it is because we lack discipline. Let me say it. I know that some of you might come at me this morning. Some of you might not like the way I'm speaking, but let me be very clear here. Whether Samuel Tuah found guilty or not guilty, from afar, I sat and witnessed the process. If you can recall, I have never talked about this thing on the radio. Whenever there's a court meeting, I always, flip it and move to another thing, because I needed to reach at the end of the whole process before I weigh in. Samuel Tuah found guilty, Samuel Tuah not found guilty. I was on both sides, whether he should be found guilty or not. I look up to the justice system, and the justice system has made this, and I will say it, that's the legal aspect. The legal aspect of it, it has been done. They have said that Samuel Tuah is found not guilty. Why? That's good. That's a good one. But the question is, Samuel Tuah being found not guilty, does it answer the question that has to do with public funds disappearing, the disappearance of public funds? How is it settle this whole thing that has to do with the 6.2 million? It doesn't erase the fact that this money disappeared, or this money is not being accounted for. It doesn't erase it. And it was all charges that Samuel Tuah been free of. That's good for him. That's good for our justice system. But my people, the 6.2 million, where is it? Who benefited from it? That's the question to Liberians this morning. So Ben, we go over to you. You have a few things to say, I guess, and afterwards it gets back to me, and we move on to the topics.
I like the strength of your analysis, team. It's a great analysis. Yeah, a few things I would say on with regards to the 6 million here.
Okay.
The few things that have happened, and I want the Liberian people to understand, since they will also be weighing. One,
Mm. Mm. Yeah, we,
The
we
CDC,
understand the situation.
yeah, the
Mm.
CDC government from the very onset has been a government of transparency and accountability. It
The
has never
CDC
shared.
government.
Yes, check.
Okay.
Yeah, the CDC
The
government has been a
Liberian
government.
people answer to that one.
Yes, the CDC
Mm.
government has been a government of transparency.
Mm.
Before the 6 million in question, I remember when there was a mop up exercise. The people in government now, the Unity Party, they created too many narratives. 12 put 25 million naira in a car and carry Marshall. Again, no man in government, because their minister of finance can take 25 million naira, put it in a car and drive and carry. Not possible. So they brought international investigators. The 16 billion. What I will not do in the analysis is to separate the institution by their names that came. But on the 16 billion issue, I think Kroos and other international forensic financial investigators were brought to Liberia. Not Liberian investigators from America. They came to the country and they were and the situation was cross-examined and investigated. It was proven that no 16 billion was missing and that no 25 million dollar mop up went in thin air. Who has survived that? Our people in the Unity Party, the two things, our country is so bad. It's so bad to the extent that people will quickly sell bad news, not just bad news, but false narrative about the character of people. And when that narrative is so out there, they won't come back and correct it when the right information is out there or when a legal body already ruled and cleared the person, they don't come back. And some of us today think maybe we're victims of it. Today, people, it has reached a point where I tell some people to go to court. I've said it on countless occasions that I went to court. My colleagues also we went to court and were acquitted by the Court of Competence Jurisdiction in 2024 from all charges on July 20th. Somebody why I didn't see my two boy in my whole life. But that is it. That is it. On the $6 million issue, Twer did not deny that $6 million was not expended. That $6 million, okay, water. That $6 million was not expended. Twer did not deny that. Twer talk about national security expenditure. The $6 million here went into national security expenditure. Now, teammate,
Mm.
national security expenditure are not monies that can be explained. For example, we were going to elections. You had the National Security Agency, NSA, responsible for security surveillance. You have the Ministry of National Defense. You have the Liberia National Police, and all of that, especially the NSA. Their operations are not explained. So national security meetings, you have the NSA, the police, the immigration, the armed forces of Liberia, they all sit and there are things, there are threats, there are internal, external threats and things that the government will have to respond to. Another thing I would say, whether we like it or not, especially at the level of the CDC, or that whole local border issue, millions of Liberian dollars of US dollars or Liberian money have been spent at the Liberia Guinea border area.
So do what
All
then?
those that 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 is the $1 million question. But again, that's security operations. And every government,
So
one way or the other.
the 6 million was a security operation. It was spent
See,
on security operation.
yes, the $6 million was on national security operation, national security expenditure. Now, Samira, if you want to compare now, let's not be like CDC and United Party. If you check how much CDC spent on national security operation, and if you want to go to how much United Party has spent on national security operation, you will know that United Party perhaps will even be in 100 million on national security operation. But so one of the things we need to look at, it take a responsible leader like George Manenwia to say, my Minister of Finance, y'all go to court. And it take to her to be a responsible father figure.
But
And it this
you think what else George Weah would have said?
okay, I will tell you this.
If even he doesn't tell Tua to go to court, Tua is supposed to go to court and go answer for the Liberian people money.
Teammate, there were issues in this country where $500,000 loss from the country on Team Air on Gafan. To accounted national security expenditure. When Gafan Minister of Finance, before I'm doing the Baga leave administration, $500,000 vanished in Team Air. It disappeared. That money disappeared.
Was Gafan taken to court and he did not show up?
Well, Gafan was not taken to court, and that is on us. That is on us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
for me, I won't mean my word. That is on us. Uh,
Definitely. So so
that
so
is
so
that is on us.
this 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 has to do with the point where you talked about we are saying, oh, go to court is a good man. I'll be like, everywhere who have not said something to go to court, they mean supposed to go to court, he's supposed to
That
go
is it.
account for the like people money.
And
So if
Samara,
Gafan took so and so money from their regime, the 12 years that Eli Joseph Sirleaf served, if Gafan took this money and you knew very well that it's alleged that this money was taken by Gafan or it was not used for the public and he misused the money or whatever. It was your government responsibility to hold Gafan accountable.
that's
So that
correct.
would be
That's
again
correct. I think
think
when it
about it.
comes to and there's a lot of seditions where agree, will agree with me. I'm not gonna hold back on it. There were disappointments from some of our own people on the way in which we tolerated things in the country. There were disappointments. You see, it's good that 12 went to court. And Team SMR, I like the pace and I like the basis that Unity Party have set. And I will speak to the concern of my leader, George Weah. President Weah is a man of peace. We respect him for that. He's a very decent leader, and he is poised to be the next president of Liberia. That is uncompromising. George Weah is going to win, and he's going to be president of Liberia again. But there are a few things I would say to President Weah. George Weah became president, he took everybody to be family in the country. He even took care of Joseph Boakai. Everybody who ran against Weah in the 2017 presidential elections, he gave their running mate job. My big brother, who I have high regard and respect for, the senator of Magibi County, Emmanuel Nukwe, was the running mate to Joseph Boakai. George Weah appointed him as the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority boss.
Okay.
I don't want to include this in my analysis quickly, teammate. You had
Yes, quickly,
Dopo,
quickly. We need
Benny
to
now you
go.
were running mate, Deputy Minister of Education. You had the other man, or what's his name, Harrison Conway, the running mate to the late Councillor Bromsky. Vice presidential candidate was appointed at the FDA on the board. So we are trying to reconcile Liberia, and in his ability to reconcile the country, certain individuals that should have been made to account at the code of competence jurisdiction where they leveraged that opportunity and some of them did not face court. But United Party, on the other hand, everybody get a start government. United Party have said, okay, 12, you will go to court and answer for $6 million. So the good
Right.
thing here is
And
12
and,
answer, 12 went
mhm.
to court, and 12 has been cleared. So the victory here is that our country has reached a point where at least individuals who have political power cannot 100% overturn or have absolute control over the justice system, even though it should not be. That a former
Okay.
finance minister can be heavily accused and go through the court process and be acquitted, it speaks volume that at least there's still some level of sanity in our justice system, and it's good that people can account. And I can say this to you: when we
Thank
take
you.
over the country again, people will be made to
Thank you,
heavily
Ben.
account for their role play in the country, teammate.
Thank you. At least, it's one of the things that you citizens have learned from, and that part where you said that everybody have their own own way to run their government. When it comes to corruption cases, when it comes to people accounting for public funds, when it comes to transparency, it comes to governance, it comes to accountability, I do think that people should be asked the questions that they should be asked. I think that the court proceedings should be able to go on. As much as we are did not do it, it doesn't mean that everybody have their own form of government or the way they wish to do it. We are did not do it at the time, did not hold people accountable for some of the things that was said about them. That doesn't mean that the next government will not do it. And I think this is something that we have learned from, because government is about accountability. So if there's a government in power and the next government comes to power, it shouldn't be done on a friendship basis. No, it is the Liberian people money that we're talking about. People should be people should be able to account, about funds that were being used. And I stick on this and I continue to ask all of these questions. Ben, you made a salient point, but I continue to ask these questions. The 6.2 million, like Ben said, it was used on security, what you might call it, and all of that. That is understood. But Samuel have been found not guilty of all charges. It doesn't erase the fight. And here is the thing, right? Fellow Liberians, here is the thing. Here is the thing. It was alleged that 6.2 million was stolen. Not just the allegation, but the jurors confirmed about it. And they agreed that the 6.2 million was indeed stolen. They convicted 3 individuals. At the end of the day, Samuel got free of all charges. I see Liberians, they are celebrating. As poor as we are, should such funds be missing, or we have this thing around the 6.2 million? At the end of the day, if a person is found not guilty, people celebrate. These are the questions that we're asking. Who already lost? Is it the Liberian people? Is it the WIA's government? Is it the Bwaka government? Who? CDC are declaring victory. So who lost in the process? Whether it is the Liberian people? Who? Do you think that there should be, how is it possible somebody will come to a conclusion and say, yes, this money actually stolen and things, then somebody found what you did and people won't be happy about it? You should be asking the tough questions. You should be able to tell people, to hold people accountable, because it is not just a saying that, oh, the money got missing. No, this has been confirmed that this 6.2 million was actually stolen. This is something that has been confirmed. So how did we get to this point? I'm actually seeing it from this aspect where it looking at we as the country, looking at a point wherein we're a suffering country, a very suffering, very poor country. And my thing here is that as much as you have all of the political things around it, that is not my point. I can do all of the political chicanery and whatever. But my point here is, should people be celebrating about money that people should be held accountable of? Okay, the legal process is being done. Kudos to the justice system. Yeah, thank you for carrying on the legal process. But the fight remains, or the question remains, is that after the legal process, this doesn't erase the fight as much as Samuel was being found not guilty. But this doesn't erase the fight that money was stolen. It doesn't erase it. It doesn't erase the fight that there was a disappearance of money. But let us be able to go Liberians. Probably some of them have something to say concerning this issue. And I will read out the numbers for you to call. And I'm also going to give an alternative Lone Star line for those of you watching, following the program via radio to be able to participate. So there will be an alternative Lone Star number, and then there will be numbers read out orange for orange subscribers. And also there will be an alternative WhatsApp line. Those of the people who are following from the diaspora wanting to make that point, you will get a number for WhatsApp to be able to make your point this morning. So orange subscribers, you join us on 0773-419502, 0773-419502, 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564. Lone Star subscribers, the alternative line is 0881 0881 275 189, 0881 275 189. Those of the people in the diaspora wanting to participate, this is the alternative WhatsApp line, plus 231-779-003835, plus 231-779-003835. This person, good morning.
Good morning, Simran.
Morning.
Good morning, Ben.
Morning.
Well, thank you. My name is Liba sending me and phoning this money from Chicken Party. Well, I just asking a question. What are the Liberian for money going to here? Yes, indeed. But Samuel 12 was there to fully give the money out. Why other people from the open? If you Samuel was the bank or manager of Voice of Liberia and say, I you to get somebody money. The person go and use it the way his manager use it. You be that responsible. Even when you listen to some of them, during the time election was coming. They don't call about carrying guns. I'm not the one that said it though. If you listen to call, we calling it or social saying it. I just call carrying guns because we were going to election. They have people planted all over. When I got a murder in Lupa, who went there? It was the police. These are some of the security using the money for. Other people use it. Even some of those people that testified against the guy yesterday that was denying that the former defense minister will not be in it. He will never say yes, I know about the money because he's working with government. The national security chairman now, the President Johnson. All of them were part of that money, but because it is seen that today they're working with this government, they will come out to say, but then somebody who just signed a case just go and take the money. One of the people will say, I'm not seeing that on planet Earth. Even the great manufacturer will never just come out of that. But because of the government has so much to accept, why did they suspend Steve Sako? Steve Sako was suspended because Bishop Waka said why he never fought or something at the airport. And that's somebody who's serious to fight corruption. No. They are even the security issues open now where the Guinean company are trying and voice money that are on the land there. The money they are used. Once they are not even going to that area, the money that you go to and I money the same million. So we have to be serious. We know that we are doing for money. Why is it they private money in the money and I say after the 2020 were not far. Why is putting more money in that than before? So these are things that happen because he has said so much.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. You're live. Where do you join us from?
Thank you. This give a woman and for 30 seconds this morning. As I say, thank you for the on discussion. But I'm a little bit, disappointed. The issue with you. I don't know why.
I know your issue why will be plenty of money.
Why you see we shouldn't celebrate summer tour. I don't know. Yes, some has some issues and differences. But the fact with me is, the Supreme Court, the court has ruled. The government did everything they could do to prosecute on Samuel D12. Samuel D12 was the biggest face in the whole case, in the entire case. They were looking over Samuel 12. And the juror, common juror, who told the why, who believed that indeed they made any money. Can you imagine the former chief of staff and the defense minister already went to the court to testify that they now receive a dime? That was disappointed. When you say the society of the government, you better go ahead, but Mr. Bakala, if you say the right thing to be this way, so it's wrong. Someone did to a victory, Then we have already issue the fact that you went to court. Now, whatever I pray for, there was nobody say, well, again, that some church go to go. But you went to court, and the court ruled that indeed the money you exchange now, so we should be happy. More especially we of the opposition, we should be happy because we saw so many times see how opposition figure of the is just opposition to feel a better rap by the government. On many occasions, you also saw Claria foundation. After that lady foundation the bill. What cartoon what can I want to go now? 3 years to go and lobby for own, but you want to colonel foundation so that you go and retire.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Samira.
Good morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
I'm Ibrahim, calling from Boulevard Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, Samira, you know, I listened to you this morning. That's your own view. But the reason why some people celebrate on summer 12 and case is that people are part of CDC and summer 12 is part of CDC. And this government who aim was summer 12 to be prosecuted, and we want to get all us. And the fight the case with political, the fight the case physically until we all see it. People wouldn't until they follow the case until the end of the case on Friday. No one is happy for you shouldn't accuse somebody.
Okay, your line is so terrible. You need to call back. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira. Good morning to my big brother, Bill.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the Common Board Chairman. I'm T1P Willie. I represent a concerned Liberian for justice. I'll take my own time to unpack. If doing that with me, I'll reach my time. No problem, Samira. But let's be clear to the Liberian people that these people that we are discussing, essence, the party, are people who their lingua franca are lies. They are liars. I think my big brother made reference to the issue of the crew and the 16 billion and 25 million mobile exercise. That was an independent body, even outside the continent, that came an American financial investigative body, like the investigators. And all the allegations were put against to be lies. So this is something more, related to what we're discussing. The mirror. After the war, 2023 election was the first time that Liberians themselves are going to handle their own security. Take care of the electionary process. So it was changed. The mirror you were here when you saw our man that they took a mail or internal affairs minister. He was on tape. He said he was going to get Manambu. Those were, election-related violence. He said he will kill Manambu. You saw the left time and Momo. What happened to him? You saw Joshua. You saw Nima, just Nima alone. Election-related, I think there were 3 in Nima. Hello?
You're live. Go ahead quickly. You have just a few seconds.
Yeah, but I hear another voice between us. Okay. So those were election-related violence. So then, if they say national security funds, they're not going to explain to you. They're going to see America now. Washington is leaking information. Can you tell the people who is leaking, who the CIA is saying? Do you know CIA agents? We have heard that it is alleged that even a lot of these things we see around. Some of them are agents of the CIA. And they tell you today a lot of these things.
Thank you. Good morning. If you place in your call, you just want to go strictly to the point because we have other people on the line.
Yeah. I'm Peter David Castle. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville, a concerned Liberian and for justice.
Peter, is the street light on this morning?
The street light since and 2023 it went off, but the poles are still there. So
Peter, the other information you gave me by you read a citizen for true. What if I said 2023 didn't go off?
For that particular
So
historical.
when there's 2029 and we happen to win the election, take over 2030, then the street level come on.
Absolutely, the street will come on, but
that
the
is.
posts are still there. Yes.
Oh, Peter. You.
So, Samira, to the issue, you see, you can lie to come to power, but you cannot lie to govern, and that's why we continue to educate our people. And we knew very well that Honorable Samuel was going to be vindicated because these guys traded with information. Look at some of the information they were carrying around. They said the man put money in his bag, carrying it to money changer. I think that was very much elementary on the part of Joseph Imabwaka and Konis at the time. And today, the evidence have been proving that Samuel Tue did not and deposit money in a personal account. The only way corruption you can be convicted and by corruption is when the money goes through your personal account. Use it for your personal interest. But the money have been proven that the money was transferred to the NSC. You see how these guys disgrace themselves? And today, let me thank you both in the media for the enlightenment and His Excellency Dr. President George Weah and Honorable Samuel Tue and his legal team headed by Dr. Councillor Arthur Johnson for decisively defeating the government of Joseph Imabwaka face down. So all the corruption allegations that were leveled against Samuel Tue was proven wrong. So there's a clear indication that government, you need to elevate their thinking horizon. When it comes to governance, you have to take away sentiment. And
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Samira?
Morning. You're live.
Thank you. Samira Spencer Mohammed, and I come from down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter community, and a member of a concerned Liberian for Justice. Samira, today I am overwhelmed. I've been listening to my brother from up Broad Street, quote unquote, the educated people, demonizing and tearing down Samuel Tue for the last 9 years. 6 years of President Weah and 3 years into the administration, destroying Samuel Tue that he is indeed a criminal. Today, for Samuel Tue to be vindicated, in my mind, it is a historical day in my life, in the life of Samuel Tue, and I for State Excellency Dr. George Weah. It is a big disgrace to the quote-unquote educated people. You know, some of us CDC, happy in the 80s. Those guys, when they want to see people who are industrious, who have the intent of teaching our country as mine, to teach our country around, they galvanize their demonic forces and destroy the person like they did to do. Today, I want to take this time to commend President Weah, to commend Samuel Tue, to commend the legal system of our country, commend the astute lawyer, Dr. Councillor Arthur Johnson for this historical achievement in our life. Thank you very much, President Weah, for giving us the opportunity for Unity Party to come and deceive themselves, disgrace themselves this man. We say thank you, President Weah. Thank you, Samura.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is CBS time, and I join from Socle, the Shofo, Concern Librarian for Justice.
Okay.
Samira, history has taught us a lesson that Unity Party is stubborn and not willing to listen to. History has taught us that in the past, presidents, kings were deposed on their thrones. Great men were brought down. History has taught us that there is a period of reckoning. There is a time of reckoning. And that time it can come within a single of an eye. So you therefore are on an obligation to treat your fellow man readily. But if you don't treat your fellow man readily, history has taught us that when that day of reckoning comes, it cannot be easy for you. You need to be aware. Beware and be warned. This is the symbol of time of reckoning. The period of reckoning is coming. You got to stay alert. If you don't treat your fellow man readily, this is a thought that those men can rise. And when they rise, they are going to unseat you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mara. Let me say good morning to my brother, Billy Topa. This is Edmund.
Good morning, Edmund.
For the return, President Weah, a proud member of Concerned Liberian for Justice. You see, Samara, when during the 6 years of President Weah, this current government now in power, They run a narrative in this country that every official that were working in President Weah government, they were all corrupt. Nathaniel Magee, corrupt. Bill Travelling, corrupt. Jefferson Kukuchi, corrupt. Samuel Tue, corrupt. And all of them should go. That was their demand. So to come to the presidency, wanting to prove to their supporters that yes, we told you over the years that all of these guys were corrupt and they misuse your resources. That's why they are doing it even 100 times than the CDC. That is how the problem for this thing. Have you asked yourself? Because of this and did an investigation on the $16 billion during the 2023 election, the guys still ran what I narrated. They said $16 billion got missing. President, we are still $16 billion. The $25 billion mock up, which of course we use 17.something million, and the balance will remain into the bank. They said Samuel Twe stole that money. As you have yourself, why they didn't bring out that story? But the one that they brought up, that they knew that it was not possible that you could investigate, that was the one that they brought up, which has to do with national security. The money, they didn't get missing. The money was used for national security purpose. And mind you, if Samuel Twe could have been put to make some statement that he needed not to do so, according to the national security law, you could have gone to jail for 7 years or pay $10,000 as a fine. That is a unique institution. So the issue about where the money went, what happened to the money, no. It's clear that the money didn't get missing, but it was used for its internal purpose.
So,
Edmond, right.
You're happy that Samuel Twe was found not guilty?
Of course.
Ah, you will not be happy. What kind of question I ask you there, sir?
Ask me all of the questions. Because the reason why I am happy is because this brother was all of this country. He was indicted of corruption. He braved the storm to flow into this country because he knew that he could have walked through the justice system. When you're coming and saying no to it, we discuss it on this radio. And when I say no to it, if I were you looking at the current government, I couldn't have come into this country. But he took upon himself, he came to the country. 4 months eventually to do the process. Then he is vindicated today. What do you want me to do? He's not about policy. But it's about one of the sons of the soil that stood tall in the midst of the difficulties, economic difficulties in this country, making sure that this country survives.
Okay.
Only other setting, go, you grab him, he said he stole money, then go conclude on day. You have what the finance minister said. The last time when the House of Representatives invited him, he could not come. When he came, he gave excuse of looking for money to deal with the issue at the Guinea-Lofa border. So Gafford asked the question, so are you part of the national security? He said yes. So we asked the question, so Bwaka finance minister is part of the national security. For President, we are one of the finance minister cannot be part of the national security. That is the narrative you want us to believe in. So all we say, no money got missing. The money was used for an internal purpose. Like, they didn't steal that money. They went for national security. And if they want to dig behind that issue, they will not be Liberia image.
Thank you, Edmond. This person, good morning.
Samira, good morning.
Morning. This should be Burma High Power. Guys not making no new land delegation.
Very good. That's a name.
Let's hear you quickly, Burma.
Let me say good morning to you, Samira, and good morning to our CEO.
Let's hear you.
Let me say thanks to you for the talking point, and good morning to George. And let me say congratulations.
Burma, you're always saying George. George and I were not on the same show. This is Ben.
That's Ben. You know the same way I used to be calling or how to call it Grace at that time. So
yeah,
you gotta take time now. Yeah. So Ben, good morning.
Okay.
Let me say congratulations for nothing this morning. To the talking point this morning.
So yeah, why you do that one for now?
Nobody know all the
why you go get a congratulatory message, Jenna? You know, I'm a Real Madrid fan. A la Madrid.
Yala Madrid. We eat show on your bitter last name, man.
The last time I checked, the amount of trophies that we've carried You can come near us, man. But let's hear you, Brahma.
No problem. Battle Bala Liga champion as us. You see, for me, I'm very, very much happy for the ruling they go on Friday. And then I'm a little bit sad for people that lost their job. Family that depend on those people for survival. And this government went to work because they instructed the immigration board that when 12 get at the airport, no question, 12 should be handcuffed and be sentenced, at Saw Beach behind bar. But when the boss said, no, I don't have any case against the man or anything against the man in just camp, we have investigation, then I handcuff him and jail him today. That our brother from Lofa, our father from Lofa, he lost his job because of that. So I'm sad of that. When it comes to D12, I was one of the most happiest men on earth when it comes to that ruling seminar, to be frank. And the next morning I wake up, I was like happy in my spirit. If I knew some 12 hours, I was going to spend my entire day that only one Saturday. Reason being, I think there were about 4 or 5 in our case.
There was three persons.
Okay, 3 persons. The other people name was not ringing like Samuel 12. Every corner you go, it was Samuel 12, Samuel 12, Samuel 12, Samuel 12. People say, oh, Samuel 12 will be sitting on jail. In fact, they were arresting or do they want. But God will have it. God be God. That made Samuel 12 one of the world's biggest or one of the world's greatest finance minister when it comes to Liberia. One who said this country budget today, the government working in and they say they were going to remove harmonization. Today they say using the harmonization. You see, let me say kudos to the judge. That guy is a man. He know how to play a game. He know how to play his card. He know his job. To be one of the best, I would just say the best judge in this country. I think he's worth that and there where he is.
Thank you.
So let me say kudos to him. And congratulations to all citizens and all supporters of Samuel 12 and to all Liberians.
Thank you, Brahma Williams. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Say Samurai, my brother, Ben Billy Toba.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
Okay, this is G. Moses Wakoli, and I'm calling you from around the Highway resident. The issue of Samuel 12 and brother, citizens and ordinary Liberians and free and well-wishers, they are not happy because Samuel 12 was acquitted from the $6.2 million case. No, not at all. But the manner in which the United Party thing and their supporters portray Samuel 12 to be the worst and the wickedest and the terrible criminal in the public space. We are just happy because of a character that have been, restored, even though there's a stain that they place on a character, but at least Liberians are happy because Samuel 12 character, have been, lifted. Even in the international world, where they complain that, Sister Mira was surprised that there's a guy that call him Baron. Baron just wrote on his Facebook page yesterday, saying that ruling on Saturday. The man wrote on his Facebook page, Friday, on his Facebook page that they are going to the American people, the message that they talk to the American people against the we are government, they are going to tell them that they lie to them, they deceive them. And in fact, Nathaniel Mange and Jefferson Koji is removed from session because they had done nothing wrong to the Liberian people. But they were only doing it as a strong card for them to get into power. Nobody is happy for $6.2 million in the kind of economy and the country that will live to just vanish. No. But when you come up with deception, with lies, with fabrication, it can hurt people so much. And I want to get to come to power. See now, the $12 million that have been hanging over Gabon. Benedict Koroba, who is the former controller of finance, the man are exposed and Gabon now. I was just reading on the funded news where Gabon now is in $12 million issue because the money that they collected in 2024, 2025, the remaining one, Gabon did not report that money. So now, Gabon.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samora.
Morning. Welcome. It's great to hear you.
Yeah, Peter calling for justice, very concerned Liberia for justice.
Okay.
Thank you very much, my brother, my sister, and thank you to the CEO.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yes, Samora, me tell you, probably before they come to power, that man is made up already. Their man is made up because probably say they were Senator is corrupt. Our Senator takes 25 million FSR and carry Rabian, President, we are going to get a few guys. Senator takes 15 billion continue and get a President, we are home. That way, probably government say when they were in opposition, I mean, that way they say they made their mind was made up that when we come, we will prosecute all those officials that will. President, we are corrupt, they can see they are criminal, we prosecute them. That when they come, they are clean, their t-shirt all be on, they'll be clean. That's what they say. And now, they come to be wet while they clean that president, we are official corrupt, while they clean that final 16 million, 25 million, while they say they clean, they not see it. That just they say for today. Their corruption working Broad Street. Their corruption working local country paying 10 million home. Their corruption working to Baka home paying duplex. Their corruption working DOA paying marshal for the minister there. Their corruption going over the country, going to Bola, go and carry yellow machine, and you might carry criminal yellow machine to see the poor and gamma, they see it. That play a corruption go. Let me tell you, Samora, the people they are failed. They are not the Liberian people because they know your man when they can they will prosecute. You just clean the 20 million. And 16 billion when they investigate. Yes, they go Saturday when they investigate. Sunday 12 and when we celebrate, they say, "Oh, we celebrate." Wow, we celebrate because you made your mind and they were prosecuted. And we let them yay that they want to move the Johnson minister. They will after 12 and fire from there. Why fire? Then they came around to prosecute man. Then you never be happy. But let me tell you today, I'm giving you one message today on the radio. Yes, you know, Father. 2029, you can do nothing. 2029, you will be out. You are allowed to the Liberian people that you have come to rescue the country now. You are melting the country. You are still working properly. The whole world, the whole country is in it.
Okay, thank you. They're still working well, brush screen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The lady said that they're still working brush screen. Where citizens are still working here? Why are you working here? Today,
the government was a government of transparency and accountability.
Look at you there. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. The woman is ready. Let's hear you. Okay. Let's hear you.
Let me say hi to the CEO.
Okay.
Say what is you who are working in?
Yeah, why are you working?
You are working majestically with the Liberian people. And they were feeling the impact. So you laughing my chat because they come with my own baby book. So working majestically to the Liberian people and they were feeling the impact of just government. So they won't see it today, my brother. They I know what if you want to do some business. You said they made so 155 million in this country. And I'm going to get your account now. I don't know. You go to a case, you rushing like what your mailer. You rush it. So they all for you for our children behind bar today. No evidence. And I feel like all of you. I'm telling you. Just my word. And then they want to play it. All of case they will profile then they will lose it. Because they throw you money all outside there to get profile there inside. And it can't work. They're not getting no evidence, they're getting no result. They see me also that today on the case, they say they got evidence. You saw they may show you money, they may tell you what security reason why you want that kind of power, you want to be the NSA. So the people who all take that money and go for the security purpose. Then today, when they posted everything have been dropped, nothing they meant that was wrong. You not see no money. We celebrate people as why they celebrating. Yeah, there were 5 person in the case. They 3 person again. Ain't no they were completed. And today they're going to go beyond bar. Why you not happy? You win the case. Why only 2 and who not hurting you? Or because in the business you not put it out window like too much. But he's going to know that 2 and you were written in the whole case. Now we are celebrating and when you see to see 2 leaving the basket coming out of that basket. No, we must go take you back. Because the whole point is they damage the politician, they protect on the people so that they are confessing. The other guy came out and said, I'm very sorry to it. We loud upon the Lord things in darkness. You listen to it on Facebook. And you see that God, before you say that I'm on your side, I'm going to come out and confess, job we are sorry. We are in the country in the direct to kind of power. And to know see today, part of corruption. Government, we're talking they go after you. When you talk, they go after you. All the more people are talking, they put all of them, they put them behind bar. Get anybody talking again. If you have the control wrong. Trust me, we'll celebrate, we'll see the global song and sing the true song. It will help them. It will work in their blood. Samuel 2 is free of charge. So according to the government to live on that station, but I'm giving the confession with the people that will allow them to have the power.
Thank you. This person, good morning.
Good morning, Samara.
Morning. Your name and where did you join us from?
Yeah, I'm Alex Johnson, chairman for the Concerned Library for State calling from people.
Let's hear you. Hello? Your line is so terrible. Your line is so terrible. We'll take another person. You have to get a good location call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my sister.
Morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm before I'm calling from the child before calling. Before I see it, we know the division how they die for one another, how they do everything for one another. So for me, I was not very expecting this government to say that they are going to call these people for question because they are not going to discover one another. You see people that were in this government.
Okay, I think he left the line. Let's take another person. This should be okay. Up to 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we move on to our next talking point. Good morning.
You getting me now?
Yes, you're live.
Okay, I'm Alvin Johnson again, calling from Tuporo, chairman for the Concerned Librarian for Justice. You see, for the past 6 years, the people ran beyond 12 with lies. Samuel 12 stole money. Samuel 12 take $25 million more for SSR, and he said he spread the money around Waterside, West Point, and our law. They ran behind the U.S. State Department to sanction 12. They went to the court, they preconceived man that 12 stole money, so they got to prosecute him by all costs. 12 was one of the very first person on the government agenda to prosecute. So now, even in the country when they were planning to arrest him, when he landed in the country, he was not arrested, somebody was fired. So he followed the trend there that 12 the case were by, or not about the other people. The other people were just part of the piece of the chess pawn. So those people were arrested because the government needed to hold on to somebody, saying they can't get what they want. So they need to prove something to the Liberian people. That's why you see they arrested the other people and place them behind bars. But you can't arrest somebody for using money for national security purpose. If you do that, you'll be bringing the government to questioning. Because if you start to say people that use money for national security purpose should be questioned at the court, then we should say you trying to look for false case against people because national security, even people are in NSA. How we are in NSA, you will not know. Because you can even see NSA payroll. You ask the controller general, you got to get clearance before you see that payroll. Because ministers, directors, people on that payroll that you not expect to see there. So that why they don't disclose it to people. They not even with CFA.
Okay.
So you see, to conclude in 30 seconds, Samara, so the government was fishing place where they ain't supposed to fishing because their target was to put 12 behind bar, to put something to the American people that 12 were corrupt. So the government failed on the one. So they should take the blame. They failed on the one. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Let's call it a day on this segment of the show. Okay. We're not taking any more calls. Please do not call. Please do not call. We're not taking any more calls. That's all the time we have for this segment. It's about time that we'll be able to move on to our next conversation. Those of you just joining us, this is Voice of Liberia 104.1. You are listening to Good Morning Liberia. My name is Samira Wanlai, and I'm here with Ben Belief Talk. But shortly he might join us so that we'll be able to move on. 10 o'clock is what time we call it a day. Okay, so let's move forward. But just before that, the cash giveaway is on. We're giving out some money here. We're giving out 5,000 Liberian dollars. All you need to do is to dial star 799 star 8 hatch, dial star 799 star 8 hatch, dial star 799 star 8 hatch. Use 50. It is 50 LRD this morning. Use 50 Liberian dollars, play, and be able to win yourself some money. Now, quickly before moving on to this issue that has to do with Richard Nangwekun, the regime speaker, it's important that we weigh in on this issue properly. It will take us up to 9 o'clock because the time is 2 minutes, climbing up to 9. And at 9 o'clock, we'll be able to talk about the dinner that Richard Kun had for the 55th legislature. Okay, so quickly this issue, which has to do with Olide from Olide, who was being naked, who was being undressed. Let me use that word in red light market. It should have been part of our in passing discussion, but it's okay that we be able to weigh in on this issue before moving on to the national legislature. Now, over the weekend, we saw a video on the internet which has to do with a lady. I do not know the lady name. On camera, being undressed by marketeers within the red light market. Her clothes was being taken off and she was being bullied. And we think and know that what happened shouldn't have been done. Now, there is this story behind it that the lady dressed, she wore her clothes, something I think she felt comfortable in, because when you wear something to go out, most especially in a very crowded area, knowing fully well that you're going to a crowded area, it should be something that you feel comfortable in. Because if you do not feel comfortable in it, you're not wear it. I do not know about others, but there's no way that I will wear something that I do not feel comfortable in. I have to feel comfortable in it before I wear it. I thought to talk about this, Ben, before we move on to the legislature issue, and then we'll close up on it. Right. So most time people say, "Oh, Samira, you like wearing corporate things and blah blah blah." That doesn't mean that I don't wear, at times. But if even I'm wearing something, it's something that I should feel comfortable and have the confidence to walk in it. If I want to wear a very short trouser or a very short skirt, it's something that I should have the confidence to walk in front of people. I shouldn't be, like. So I think that lady, what she wore, especially knowing that she's going to red light, she's a Liberian, it was something that she felt comfortable in, because really is a jam-packed place. So for you to wear something that is short in that kind of crowded area, you should feel comfortable, and you should, know as to how to do it. And she wore her clothes, she went to red light market. Some marketeers decided to act like her parents. And on a live video, they naked her, they undressed her, saying that what she wore, there was not something decent, saying that the clothes that she wore, the sky that was on her, it was so short. So since she's already putting all her private parts outside, they just won't put it outside for her. And we saw that she had some kind of lapper. I think somebody brought lapper. She tried it, and then these people still removed the lapper from on her. Saw some police officers trying to, cover her up and carry her. We're talking in this matter, because we're Liberians and it is concerning Liberians. I'm not going to sit on this radio and tell you that, oh, you're not supposed to dress like this. No. As much as there were people who started to say, oh, she was not to dress the way she dressed, as much as what the people did was not right, she was not. No. No, I will not do that. I'm not going to do it. Now, people who you have control over are the ones you tell to do certain things. If I have my little sister here, able to look at her and tell her, don't wear that clothes. What are you wearing that clothes for? Because I have control over her. You can't control a grown-up person, somebody who knows that right from that wrong. So what she wore that day was something that she thought that she could wear. And it's so sad that women will always be treated this way, right? If a lady wears her clothes and go out, somebody saying you're short, somebody saying you like this, somebody saying you like that. How can you just judge a person or bully a person based on what the person wear? If you want to act like a parent for somebody, go and raise your own child. Tell your child, tell your wife, tell your people that you have in your household not to do a certain thing. But you can see a stranger as strongly condemn what has been done to that lady, and as the national authority, they have started it already. Let them be able to find every person that has been involved in that thing and be able to give them a punishment. Even the Senate pro tem Youngly, she wrote something about it. I think she said that there were 11 persons that have been caught already, right? The police identified 11 persons. You cannot humiliate a person to that extent. Who are you to tell somebody what to wear, where to wear it, how to wear it? A lady wears anything she wants to wear. She should not be judged by that. If I'm going out, I want to wear whatever, that's my business. That's how people look at me. That's my own thing I'm carrying. It doesn't, you shouldn't come and say, oh, why the person dressed like that? Your father will take her clothes off her since she's already dressed like that. And you marketeers that you saw there removing the lady clothes from on her, in the same wheelbarrows, y'all get down there. What thing y'all selling in the wheelbarrows? You're checking somebody wheelbarrow that somebody's short clothes then there. The same clothes that you're selling for people to buy. Then when somebody wear the clothes, you want to take it off the person. And what really disgusts me at the end of the day, I saw some females and they try to hold that girl lapa off her, shimming her like that. You are female for dressing your sick. I know that there are some people say, but why should man wear that thing to go out? That's not your business. The people you have under your control, you tell them what to wear. Matter of fact, some people say, oh, this is not a Christian nation, though. This is a secular state. People can do whatever they want to do. We get any law that say you shouldn't wear short clothes. There's no law that say if you're from whom, you wear your clothes that from whom. If you're from wherever, you wear your clothes like that. Like I said, you are the one that will be judged as to how you dress. But that thing, that mentality that we have that, oh, why the person will dress like that, that's not your business. What they did to that lady, imagine on camera, the naked lady on camera. How can you do that? Some of these people that did these things, you go check to their houses, their children can leave the street in the night with all sort of clothes on them. They are the ones that be putting muff on other people. That lady was a very grown-up woman. Very grown-up woman. She knows her wrong from her right. She felt comfortable in the thing that she was wearing. She saw this particular thing and she said, I will put it on me and go wear it. Who told you the people can look in mirror when they do that thing? And she has the right to wear whatever she wants to wear. It is not nobody's prerogative. Anybody can wear whatever they want to wear. Some of the men there I saw in that video, I know how many of your friends then yeah they can be walking and talking all set away. Why y'all can't go after them? They can go to nose area to go fix their nose. The fake guys. Why y'all can't go? Why y'all can beat them up for behaving the way they behaving? Oh boy, yes, you're starting to beat up people. Why y'all can't beat them up? Why you should humiliate a person like that? That person will carry that trauma forever. This lady wore, of course. She did not tell you that she was feeling embarrassed. If she feels embarrassed, that's not your business for you to naked her in the street, undress her in the street. What's wrong with some of these Liberian people? What's wrong with you? Why should you humiliate a woman? So female can get right to wear whatever they want to wear. But I just want for somebody getting to just pack themselves together. They wear their short clothes, then they go in relay, then they put the men in, big body men in behind them. They be walking on the other side. When people will touch them, they beat the people faces, make it sewing up. Then next time when they see people passing in whatever clothes they want to wear, they will mind their business. Because that is a complete nonsense. Yeah, I heard somebody saying, but why should me wear that kind of a clothes to go relay? You kidding me? Is that your business? But Ben, I mean, let's hear you up on this. Then we move on to our national issue.
Those who perpetrated us, they are barbarians. Those are individuals who should actually not be tolerated in our space, in any decent environment. They should not be tolerated, and this is something that should be given serious attention to. The irony in this whole situation is that it is in the same red light where they sell the short skirts.
Yeah, that's
All
the
the
thing.
mini skirts are sold in red lights. The mini skirts and thing, the blouse, all the things, they sell it right there. So how can you sell things and those things are purchased by the uh, the Liberians, the ladies go and purchase from you. They are your customers and they dress in it, then you come after them. I think it's something else. And imagine had that city police officer not intervened, who know what they would have done? Perhaps those guys would have even gone as far as maybe gang raping that lady. They weren't far from doing that. Because being brave enough, I want to say this on the show. You know, I read a I read a the International Women's Day or Mother's Day, the International Mother Day post that Jefferson Koji for Senator Monserrato County 2029 did. I read the post. There's Jefferson Koji, Tim Koji did a Mother Day post for the mothers of Liberia. And I captured something. Do you know women are the channel through which God reproduces and multiplies life? Let a single man raise their hand who did not come to this world through a woman.
Yeah.
So you should, no matter what, respecting women should not be justified. I mean, disrespecting women should not be justified for any reason. Matter of fact, that's why that lady chose to wear to go to the market. And like
That's
you
my
said,
thing.
Timmy, she's not your child. Why should you
No.
abuse a woman? If somebody do that to your sister, my brother, will you feel fine about that? If someone should
Mm-hmm.
do that to your daughter, if someone should do that to even your own mother, your auntie, your girlfriend, this is totally unacceptable. We condemn it, and we want to call on the the authorities of the country to ensure that those people who have been arrested, that they are investigated, and those who will be found guilty, they should bear the full weight of the law. No woman should be disrespected. No woman should be humiliated because what she chooses to wear, it is none of your business to decide what a woman wear. It is totally
Ben, and
unacceptable.
the sad part about it is that women are being harassed. I mean, every time. Let me tell you, even that lady, what they were doing there, they weren't doing it because maybe the person wears short clothes. They wanted to see the lady, private part.
Exactly.
Because what's wrong with it? This is it, Ben. Let me tell you, even you saw that lady in short skirt, right? There are females who will wear covering clothes, right? Something that covers their body.
Exactly.
Okay. Probably wear a trouser or a blouse. And they will be passing, and men will still say, what? That small body you get, oh, what? Your body really nice, so what? And blah. There are men who can even want to forcefully touch you.
Yeah,
They
they are
see you and you know
obsessed.
that kind of thing. Like they even know you. They won't touch you. They won't touch you to your, sensitive areas and things like that.
Yeah,
People who are in covering clothes, they can do it to them.
yeah,
Once you have a nice shape, when they see you, because Ben, if you get a nice shape, if you wear a long jeans trouser,
yes,
t-shirt, it shows.
exactly so,
The men
exactly.
have a start cutting from that one. Then let's not talk about somebody who wears short skirt. It's so bad. So bad. These people should be cut and they should face a punishment for undressing somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend, somebody's auntie, somebody's uncle, not uncle, but somebody's nephew or niece or somebody's sister. And Ben, you said it. What if it could be your sister? You know how it feels, Ben? I know how men take things. You know what I mean? Or men looking at his sister on camera or somebody undressing her. You know how it hurts?
Exactly.
Or you did it. You meant it and you did it to somebody on a child. If then stop it, it will continue to grow. And like the action that the authorities they are taking, let him catch them, let him be able to make them to bear punishment. Because if they do like that, they will make it out of the normal thing in real like that.
Exactly.
Make it out of the normal thing. But let us be able to move on quickly.
Men should be disciplined. Men should actually be disciplined.
Definitely. So let us be able to move on quickly. Ben, I have few pictures here I want to share that we are see on the screen there.
That Madam Spurs and the regime speaker I see here. Madam Spurs and regime speaker.
In real life, the woman to no, she's a nice lady, she's beautiful. But sometimes the woman can walk island, and you know she go school. What do you mean by I must pause to the speaker? What do you mean by I must pause to the speaker? And mind you, the beautiful lady is beautiful. Ben, she had it going on, and up to now she still got it going.
Of course.
You know that this lady cannot team up with local poor.
No, she can't team up with power.
No, she go for the gravy. Matella there, you see her sitting and smiling. That is Matella couple. But that's her personal life, though. Whoever she want to be with, she can be with them. But right now, she speak, she's a spouse to the speaker.
Spouse.
Yeah, Rachel. See, you see Rachel. Let Rachel put money finish. See whether you see Matella couple, right? See you smiling there. You just say you get women now.
Let's be honest, the people of PC. The people of
PC. PC, Ben. He's actually PC. And you know that thing what people can say, and you know, the life what you live, or the thing what you do. Almost like you've been seeing some nice girls and girls that who up there who get it going. You sit down by yourself, you say, me, I don't get money for the get. Thank God bless you. Someone a small man. You go scrap for that care. You don't forget about your thing you have back there.
Yeah.
You go scrap for that get a Rachel. Knowing for the world that the person you're going after, when your money finished, that person will not stay with you. But you forget the other lady because you're going for something. But this is Rachel Kun and Matera couple. You wondering what kind of event is it? Rachel Kun by himself said that he had a dinner for the House of Representatives so that the the representatives can be able to flex their social muscles. And the particular thing the man said, I was telling you, they want to was said that the particular thing that Rachel Kun said, he had the program so that the representatives can be able to flex their social muscles.
Wow.
I pray I get that video to play for you. Maybe your PC the one I'm talking in there. But this is Rachel Kun and his first lady at the program. These are the organizers of the dinner. Oh God, Ben, they didn't want to come into it. See what they are coming to it. They're laughing. You see him saying and smiling. Rachel Kun has got him so fat. You see Rachel Kun now, you can see the country money in him. You know that Rachel Kun used to be at the University of Liberia. There were people who he taught there. They said that Rachel Kun didn't go to class.
Of course.
He called it Rachel Kun here. See him sitting down there, Matella, two of them laughing. Hey, older girl thing, man. You know the party get it going, oh. I don't want
get it going. Honestly speaking, I want to say on the show, I really don't see Rachel Kun as speaker. They got just look like a serial comedian to me. I honestly want to say it.
I don't know how to use second words so pop up as speaker.
Yeah, nobody and teammate, guess what? No, there were other people in United Party team. Sometimes when I see their unknown performance, I get angry that they're mismanaging our country. But they got just look like a comedian to me. Like when I see his face, it just tear me up. That's all. He looked like a comedian entertaining me like a fun bass. That's the guy.
So you seeing the boys who are in the picture. These are some of the representatives. Matera Kopa is not a representative though. because you're on the program, but the original concept, but at the first lady too. You see Famule, Fode Famule, the city mayor, you see Prince Toast, you see the guy from Sano District 3 there, what's his name? Ellis Noah. You see the other people there, there.
Wow.
Is that Imana Nukoya? Mm.
No, Nuko is not there.
Imana Nukoya there? In his court, Ben, is that not Imana Nukoya?
No, Nuko is not there.
Okay, so we move on to the next stage. See the people sitting in a golden chair. Magdala is spearheading things, talking to the people, using her sweet voice. You know that Magdala gets sweet voice. Or Magdala talk to you, you take time you fall for it. She's really nice in talking. So this is it. Welcome to the legislative dinner and comedy night, hosted by
At this time, what the country is legislative dinner and comedy night.
And you just said that Reggie Kun looking at comedian to you, the man forget to add a comedy night. Comedy night.
You carry the gun, man.
Hosted by the honorable speaker. Yes.
What fala? I see tomorrow fala.
Maybe we couldn't capture fala. Maybe fala their experience. Maybe fala sensible enough, you know that they kind of not time for you to host dinner and comedy there for us or representative legislator or whatever. Maybe Rihanna. That is in there. When you see them, when I talk you, just seeing it for yourself. Welcome to the legislative dinner and comedy night. The people making fun of our Liberian people. Why we get serious dinner going on?
Richard won't get over 500,000 for either team. Or team he has over 500,000 US.
This dinner was hosted alone by Richard Kun to tell you the money the boy get. By the man himself. When the man took the stage to speak, the man said this dinner was organized so that the representatives be able to flex their social muscles. You hear talk? You hear talk? A social thing they're born to win. Like I always say, their country money is sweet. I don't care how you like it, you're taking your leave, the country money is sweet. When you bought it, you get anything when they take power, you see how they can behave. Rachel Kun back from the university, he's able to have dinner for people to flex social muscles. You want to watch comedy, put it on your television and watch it. But the man said he had a dinner. So then they said, let's go into our conversation. We do not have much time here. Properly said there are some Liberians who want to talk. So the House of Representatives, they resumed activities for the second quarter of the second session of the 55th legislature. So at the time, I told you people that Yeke Koluba will not be able to run if there's a by-election conducted. That is, if they get through the court proceeding, whatever way the court proceeds. If the House of Representatives said they will not listen to the court, just like the way they did with the Funati case, Yeke Koluba will wait for 2029 to run because it is the second quarter of the second session of the 55th legislature. So they have just resumed it. And Rachel Kun had a special dinner in honor of the members of the House, where the dinner was hosted at the Monrovia City Hall in South Korea. And while delivering a special address, Speaker Rachel Kun, I put in a speaker there, he said that it was his office that organized the dinner. And in Rachel Kun's words, or Rachel Kun said in a quote, the dinner is to provide members of the House of Representatives an opportunity to flex their social muscles before returning fully to work. And the gathering was intended to allow members to relax. You know how many relaxation you got to the place there or when they had a speaker saga going on, to reconnect and to build stronger relationships before returning to business or to doing the people work. Ben, that it there. Let's hear you first.
Well, It's quite unfortunate that at a time where many Liberians remain jobless, youth unemployment is very high, people can barely afford even one meal a day, police brutality have taken over, Liberians have been shot and killed on a daily basis by the police that should be protecting them. In a country where people's homes are gutted by fire, families are dying, and there's no equipped fire service to fight the nightmare. In a country where the justice system is fragile, where politicians, especially those who are in power, are using their power against the citizens. In a country where hospitals are unequipped to the extent that even paracetamol is not accessible to the poor man. At a time where our country is in a serious security situation at the Liberia Guinea border in Solomba Lofa County, the Solomba River. At a time where geopolitical situations are alarming, insecurity, U.S., Israel, Iran war, the Straits of Hormuz, and other national issues going on, where the government has exercised grave insensitivity, administrative ineptitude, and reckless behavior, bad governance, to see that the third most powerful man in the country, the third most powerful man, the president, the vice president, the speaker, are the three people there who run the country. The third most powerful man, Richard Kuhn, organized dinner for representatives to flex their muscle and call it dinner and comedy night.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this to our people. Why it's funny? So have the Liberian people turned the situation, the suffering of the people, you oppress the people, you expel a very strong legislator who is speaking for his people, like Yeke Koluba, you expel him, and you're doing all kinds of things. You are jailing critical voices, coming after people who speak against the bad governance of the regime, and you, speaker, you use thousands of US dollars while people going to bed on empty stomach, and you organize dinner and comedy night for you to flex your muscle. You get Prince Toad in there from District 8, Prince Toad. The people left in Jaratan better now? The people left in Satan better now? The people left in Basel community better now? The people left at the capital bypass better now? Before you print all, you going for dinner and comedy night organized by your boss, man, Richard Kuhn. Look at my own bon country brother for the family. For the family that usually what we going on, legislative dinner and comedy night. The people of Bon County, they look at you and say, our son, go to Capitol Building and go talk for us. That your own legislative dinner net and letting and making comedy show. Look at Anthony Williams. The people of Plymouth Southern District, Maryland County, look at you. The third most powerful man in the country, Bova Chima. They take a job from Bova Chima, they give it to you. They say, let's give it to our son. The impact Buffer Timber have had in Plymouth Southern District, it quadruples anything you can even imagine. Anthony Williams, there's something called governance fatigue. Sometimes people can say, you know, serve for long, move on another post somebody there. Now, what made you win in Buffer Timber? That you supposed to be today, Anthony Williams. That you supposed to be going for legislative dinner now, a comedy show. That you supposed to be going for the kind of thing. Marco Marco Thomas. Just a few months ago, the Dubai restaurant community chair lady, she died along with her children. They bury all of them. They seen there, the casket lining or a harvest intercontinental church. Your district, you get one fire truck. That kind of sorrowful thing happen. You sitting over there and you say you're having legislated dinner there to celebrate a comedy, to celebrate comedy. John Charles Safa, you're not representative, but you Mario said the mayor. Mario is dirty, is filthy. And you sit on there, your teeth outside. And so you go join the legislature to celebrate legislated dinner there. And comedy show. Let me tell you, you people are wicked. And Alice Noah, I'm disappointed in you. Eleanor, you should be joining the men to go for comedy show and legislative dinner there. Some of you should be men enough to have the balls, to have the spine. So you expect your constituents to be happy that you are standing here and having comedy show while people are suffering, women are dying while giving birth. This is very sad for the
Very
country,
rich.
teammate. This teammate, I mean, to be honest, this is wicked. This is reckless. This is insensitive. And I can say to the Liberian people, you don't have power to do anything to them right now. But let me tell you where you get your power in. Your power is waiting. 2029, that they play your power in. These buggers that you elected in your districts and have turned out to be wicked while you are suffering, they're having comedy show and legislative dinner. You have your time. And your term is 2029. When you go to the ballot, when you go cast your ballot, when you go vote against all of them. Le Printo, the Foley family, the Marco Thomas, the Anthony Williams, and the Eleanor man, all of them that deserve to go back in the Capitol building. And the Richard Kuhn, you kick all of them outside. Look at Mandela Cooper, an advisor to the president. Why are you advising? What are you advising? This is totally unacceptable, man. It hurts.
So thank you, as you would say, teammate Ben, as you call me teammate Samira. Thank you, Ben, for such a comment. And it is very important that we be able to speak about this, right? Just like you stated about the youth unemployment. Let us look at the unemployment rate in our country. No, let's look at it. How many persons have jobs? In the midst of poverty, in the midst of people not having food to eat, wherein eating has now become an achievement. In the midst of all of the troubles, the struggles that we have going on, the people who are supposed to represent their citizens are the ones going to flex their muscles, like Richard Kuhn said. They are the ones. When election comes, the Liberian people will flex their muscles at the ballot boxes too. And you people will be remembered. Because let us be real. Most of the bookers' contracts, the concessions and all of that, you people are the ones that sign it. You people are the ones that say yes to it. You are not representing the people the way in which you are to represent them. And at the same point in time, you're playing fun of the people. This is a complete mockery to the Liberian people. You said dinner and comedy night, Richard Kuhn hosted it. Or Richard Kuhn could host a dinner and comedy night before becoming a representative. He could host a dinner and comedy night. What kind of party Richard Kuhn have for himself in his private life before taking public office? What kind of party Richard Kuhn have for himself? You don't know him to be like that. But this is the same Richard Kuhn that is telling people that let them go and flex that muscle. They should go and make fun out of the Liberian people. They should go and dance while people are going to bed with hunger. While the increase in the death rate when it comes to pregnant women and people who go to give birth is very high. I thought you people should be finding ways and means to see as to how you can put in or be able to sit down, put in a policy that will help the Liberian people. People's homes have been broken down. People are suffering. Are you people not putting your pen to paper to see as to how you can do just a little for your people? Don't you think that they deserve it? But you're having all of the big parties. Just the way we named Joseph Boaka a party boy. When you talk about the man have a whole lot of party, anniversary party, birthday party for your wife, birthday party for himself. 3 parties in a row. That's the same thing that we will say with Richard. And let me say, I'm going to say a real raw way. That thing what Richard can see how they go there to go flex their muscle. That's so man and woman business went down there for.
Exactly.
You don't see Richard Kun or woman still. And you know that woman can get Richard Kun space because you get the money. You not see you. Have you ever seen Magdalena Copper or somebody who's broke? Probably Magdalena Copper is the advisor to the president and advisor to the speaker. Whatever she says, Richard Kun will do it. So many more business they went there for. This is the same way how when you have this speaker saga thing going on, the hotel that they were, what kind of hotel they are on the highway there? I forgot the name.
RLJ.
RLJ. Ben, you want to see these girls then over motorbike going to the people then I would say they are our representatives. You want to see the girl then over back going there. They were not working. Flex that muscles when they finish, then they go with these girls then. That is what they are doing. That is what they are doing. That is just what they are doing. Rachel Kun, the woman who claimed to be Rachel Kun's wife, I say in the common English, she have accused her Rachel Kun, her husband, of fraudery, and disrespect for the rule of law. Amid the ongoing tension within the legislature. This lady, she said that she's legally married to Rachel Kun. And she have raised up this allegation. She said that she have documentation in her possession. She said she get him. And she said she will present it when necessary. And all of that. You know that the money, the boss, they took money to remove Yeke Koluba. You know they share money. Money was being given for all of the people's signature that was on the document. They share money. That all the House of Representatives, therefore, and if the left government want today, they will dissolve the whole legislature, the House of Representatives, because they're just there to share the money. If they want for a certain thing to be done, they share the money and they do it. And they do not give listening ears to the law. That is what they're there for. In the midst of hardship. See, of Fantime, I don't know, it's a Fantime, that video you saw on the internet, Ben, wherein he was torturing a Liberian. You get all the money going on. Liberians are crying for job. There's no job opportunity. The educational system is a mess. You think why the people can elect a representative to go there and represent them? Because we all will not move from here and go to our to go to the Capitol building to go and make a decision. But Richard can organize a legislative dinner and comedy night. So as Ben said, he sees him as a comedian. He decided to invite the other comedians over so that they just do the comedy thing. That is what they did. But let us go to the phone lines, Ben, so that Liberians be able to participate. This is what it is. We have few minutes coming up to our closing time. These are the numbers: 0773 419 502, 0773 419-502, 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564. Lone Star subscribers 0881 0881 275 189, 0881 275 189, 0881 275 189, 0773 978 564. This person. Good morning.
Yeah, Samira.
Mm.
My name is Louis Yang. I'm calling from Pakistan.
Okay.
Like for our people that will select as represented in the house of our district, they're very, very unserious. Actually, so our district, District 12, Jerry Yagba. Jerry Yagba is the most worst unserious representative I ever seen. So, I'm about 2020 number, he will keep serious out from our district.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I'm calling from District number 9. My sister, the don't say here only people there. 2020 now we're kicking the people there out. We put the people in power to hear will we suffering in the country that they are slightly enjoying that when people money. We will take the people in out of this power and we'll see how they will become tomorrow in the future. How I get to see.
Okay. Thank you. Those of you watching on the Facebook Live, it is the dinner and comedy night that was being hosted. Let's be able to get your take. Richard Kun continue to do what he's doing. And, the Liberian people, that's your speaker for you. I mean, a person that will just drive around Monrovia with the serene. Ben, you're not in country, but let me tell you, if Richard Kun Richard Kun doesn't sit to one place. The serene that was given to that boy, every time the boy is in the street, from one place to another, you seeing the speaker car moving. Nobody know where he's going. Nobody know what kind of business he's doing. We're not seeing the fruits of some of the work he's doing, but yet and still, he will move up and down with his speaker serene. He doesn't do anything in the interest of the people, even people who are in his district. If you go there, you will see plenty of billboard in there. Richard Kun picture on the billboard. I do not live in Richard Kun district, but I know a speaker that cares about himself, cares about the regime, threatening people. Why people shouldn't say anything against the House of Representatives? How can that be? Few more minutes to go. Let's talk to maybe a person or two, and then we wrap up on these numbers: 0773 419 502, 0773 419 502, 0773 978 564, 0773 978 564, 0881 0881 275 189, 275 189 is the Lone Star number for those of you following to participate here this morning. If you're just tuning in, this is Voice of Liberia 14.1. We broadcast to you from Capital Bypass. The name is Samira One. I'm here with Ben Belief Topak this morning, and shortly we call it our day. And the cash giveaway is on. We're giving out 5,000. Dial star 799 star 8 hatch. Play with 50 LRD and win some money. This person might be our last call. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Samira and Ben.
Morning. Let's hear you.
I'm calling from UWA Siemens Hill. It's my first time calling on the show. No more I follow the show, so you and the CEO.
Okay.
This is the Samira, the 55th legislature on
Rachel Kun, I've been seeing embarrassment to the Liberian people. I've been seeing embarrassment to the Liberian people. Rachel Kun, I've been used by the executive. Rachel Kun, in the Liberian people. Look at me, Prince Tony. All the people could not embarrass the Liberian people for, but the people were going in a favorite district. Now, we know them. We were campaigning against them. We made sure we replace them with somebody who will be in the interest of the Liberian people. Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you. This person, this is our last caller. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samura, and good morning to the CEO and then to Nituba. The general power calling for Johnson, they concern the brand for Johnson. My dollar, we say everything will out no more. We say they're Rachel Kun. What is the brand for out here and Puaka? Their country will be destroyed. We say, hey, there's people they were in opposition, they were saying all kinds of things. They put on the government. Rachel Kun go to the House of Representatives and represented. He want to be speaker by force. Just imagine you're not speaker where budget comes, budget pass. They never over the budget. They never too desperate for power. They may talk over when you speak. Then you get all of the outside. Why the other sound speaker never there, but somebody get a freedom and speed. They can't be telling to get outside. Rachel Kun when you get out when you speaking and say you're person outside. The power inside when you walk it, see the foot and they fly out behind you. And Mandela Copper, she now you are Senegalese men that Rachel Kun she wait. We thought that here Rachel Kun left the west in America, they get more count down, that was me. Let me be free with what we talk in the time where Wakala book was some president time they Mandela. Then Rachel Kun, they feel move Rachel Kun there. They get all of you know by the thing they want to speak on they go to school. But Waka say I will keep their job because the man say I will just with devil kind of power. So he say I will keep their devil there. Why are they cause the devil, they cause the devil, I will keep their devil. And the reason for that keeping the devil. Some people will do work in the House of Representatives and we'll pray. We say that pray people. They see the glory. So that's what now every love never in our house. I'm not one person there. Every love never in our house. So that's what now. They're not in the Indian Liberian people. Everybody will be pushed out. We will capture our gesture. We leave our gesture. We go to the other gesture. And say, for instance, to go continue with Jekyll. I will tell you when they listen to me and never listen to me. When Jekyll can get oh, you are there. Inside of country, go to the Sai. They will not vote with Jekyll because it's a Nigerian, it's a criminal, it's being duplex, it's not in the Indian Liberian people. We will push him out of it now, and all the criminals that are in power, we will push all them out. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for participating. Please do not place in your calls. We're not taking any more calls here. Ben, we're calling it a day. What do you have to say to the Liberian people as we call it a day?
Yeah, team, it's been a very great show, and we want to thank the Liberian people for participating. We're gonna show you, fellow Liberians, that these people, the Egyptians you see today, 2029, you shall see them no more. And President Weah will come back to power and provide decent leadership. And I want to say to you, the people of Massarado County, be assured your son Jefferson Tamakoji will be prepared to serve you at the House of Senate. And thanks for joining us on the biggest platform in the country. This is Voice of Liberia, and this is Good Morning Liberia that serves you informative breakfast in the country. It's been a very great show, team. It's very, very great show. Very great show.
Okay, thank you, Ben. And let me say thanks and appreciation to those of you who followed. Indeed, it has been a really interesting show here on your number one informative platform. My name is Samira Onelai. I'm Samira Onelai. I have been here with Ben Belief Tokpa, and this is how we call it a day. Do have yourself a pleasant day.